new deal and pact between Microsoft and OpenAI. It's a new stake in OpenAI's PBC. What does that mean? Well, joining us is Bloomberg Tech co-host Caroline Hyde. And Caroline, with these new agreements, first of all, Microsoft immediately jumping on this news, but I just looked through the headlines, and I'm going to be honest, a lot of it is like a foreign language to me, but it just showed the two are coming closer together. What exactly is this agreement?
We knew that a memorandum of understanding had been signed and the details are getting close for this public benefit corporation. That's the PBC bit that ultimately OpenAI is forming. It wants to be a for-profit business. It was founded as a not-for-profit. The not-for-profit will still oversee OpenAI's public benefit corporation, and now we try and work out who has stakes in what. We understand Microsoft has a $135 billion overall valuation ownership of the public benefit corporation. That's bigger than OpenAI's. We understand a few months back, Brett Taylor, the chairman of OpenAI, put out a statement that the overall philanthropic arm of OpenAI would hold a $100 billion valuation stake in the public benefit corporation. But remember, they've raised money from others. Thrive, for example, is in there. They will get a stake in this PBC, as it's known. But what's interesting is that OpenAI has still got a contractual obligation to buy Azure, to buy cloud from Microsoft going forward, to the tune of $250 billion worth of Azure services. But this is also talking about how once AGI, once artificial general intelligence is hit, in whatever form we decide that is made, what happens then? Because this was always the deal between Microsoft and OpenAI. When Microsoft first pumped money into the company, it was they would have exclusive rights to OpenAI's overall IP until AGI was hit. Well, now we start to understand really what's going to happen in at that particular point as well. And they say Microsoft retains IP rights, intellectual property rights, Azure API exclusivity until AGI. But OpenAI can now jointly develop some products with third parties. You've already seen that happening. OpenAI was starting able to get cloud from others, like Oracle, for example, like Google, because they couldn't just get enough cloud from Microsoft. Microsoft, in turn, is starting to offer Anthropic within the overall Copilot offering, not just OpenAI. So these are the new terms of the deal. We knew this was coming, and this is a forward-looking relationship, and that's why there's such a sigh of relief, because many had wondered what on earth would happen when OpenAI did indeed solidify that public benefit corporation angle.